Hello again, and it's time for Beware the Batman episode 7 review, Family. We open in Medea's Res with Batman and Katana standing back to back against an army of ninjas when Lake Poseidon surround them. Batman and Katana then begin to fight them off. This fight scene continues as it becomes apparent that Batman and Katana work naturally as a team, as the animation choreography of the fight scene being on par with that we're seeing in Dark Knight Saga. Yet they just keep coming as their leader, so our monkey has returned. And quite pleased with the continuity, I would be open to seeing more where each villain's arc goes over the course of the show. Silver Monkey then orders Batman and Katana stand down and exchange a quick diss. They refuse, and Silver Monkey cancels them we cut to 6 hours earlier. Bruce and Bethany are on another date, but this time Bethany inviting Bruce to the Argus Club. Bruce points out how he gets more mail from them than he does from credit card issuers. We'll talk about that when I have my Batman movie with them, and boy do I have some choice words for that aspect. Anyway, Bethany answers Bruce comes the next date. Bruce makes a counter offer at Bora Bora. While he's been to Bhutan, Uzbekistan, Bora Bora would not surprise me. Bruce and Bethany continue to flirt with each other. I see on to see how different Batman adaptations handle Bruce's status of building a playboy. He gets with so many women, but is able to keep few, if any, of these relationships because of his work as Batman, and no innovation when doing so in the face of his parents' deaths. We cut to Bruce's now outside. At first, dialogue can split to make it sound like Tatsu's interrogating a thug, but then the view inside the car reveals she's playing a game on her smartphone. Then Silver Monkey's in the back seat and addresses her as Katana, which surprises her. A fight ensues in the car, breaking some windows, the back windshield, and the moonroof. Bruce, you may want to consider investing in tempered glass next time someone makes an attempt on your life or life for someone close to you. Anyway, Silver Monkey climbs on a Katana and demands a soul take a sword. Katana will give it to him. At this point, Silver Monkey subdues her with the pressure point technique and threatens retaliation he does not have the sword. Then throws a bomb in the car and vanishes in a puff of smoke. Back at Wayne Manor, attaches his sheet, often boosting to talk as Alfred polishes a handgun. This one has a metallic colors and another one looks kind of like Robocop's gun. By the way, I'm not looking forward to the Robocop remake. I plan to have a Robocop movie marathon because it's close to coming out. We're going to talk about how the PG-13 really undermined Robocop 3 unlike you do the same in the remake. Bruce tells Tatsu not to worry about the limit as an insurer for car burners. Tatsu then reveals it was Silver Monkey that attacked the limit. He was after Soul Taker Sword. Tatsu reveals she infiltrated the League of Assassins while she was in the CIA. Came across her house, a Soul Taker Sword. She knew what it was capable of, so she faked her death and the instructions would slip away. Unfortunately, Silver Monkey knows his words and Wayman now that he invaded it. Alfred apologized for not telling Bruce and resigns his post. Bruce also asks Ted to resign and finally leave the time Bruce returns and Dr. Ravencroft. He talks with Bethany and Bruce finally accepts her invitation to the Argus Club. Inside, Bethany goes over the club history and amenities, including how many world leaders has been a playground of. Then Bruce ambushes by Silver Monkey as Bethany pulls a crossbow on him. Back at Wayne Manor, Tetsu's petted belongings to the cab is waiting downstairs. Then Tetsu gets a call to Manny and Soul Taker Sword as a caller has Bruce held hostage. This Tetsu races to the scene on a motorcycle. Bethany and Silver Monkey try to pump Bruce with information on the story and Bruce continues his banter. I just love it when there were different Batman adaptations try to handle a Bruce Wayne held hostage scenario. Tatsu breaks in the Argus Club with a sword in her hands. Silver Monkey demands that and Tatsu demands Bruce back in exchange. Silver Monkey refuses and sends his ninjas after her. Tatsu says to go over his head to Lady Shiva, which does not sit well with Silver Monkey. Bruce then tries to bluff his way out, then gets an arrow in his chest for the trouble. Tatsu then wheels sword herself, seeing Silver Monkey wants it, he should come and claim it. Tatsu then faces off with the ninja and doesn't clearly will that. Then Bruce comes to him prepared for this, wearing body armor on his turtleneck. But this one day has not gone out. Thankfully, Alfred has also bought the bad suit, and Bruce tells Tatsu that she may need help. So, as Batman enters the Argus Club, gets to the point where he started. Batman will hand the ninjas, but Silver Monkey has katanas to finish. Silver Monkey again enters with his ultimatum. Then Batman and the katana captured, with the Soul Taker Sword being given to Silver Monkey, saying he'll unleash its true power. Now that he has the sword, Silver Monkey now has no need for Lady Shiva. Just then, Lady Shiva enters and says the feeling is mutual. Lady Shiva is wearing a very sexual Empress outfit as she says that she outranks Silver Monkey. And there's two poison darts upon Silver Monkey's neck as it goes to try to capture him. Meanwhile, Batman has a vial of acid hidden in his belt and uses it to burn the rope holding him in katana. Silver Monkey has collapsed and Lady Shiva takes his sword. She busts on Bethany for her treachery. As Batman tries to get free, Lady Shiva does the incantation on the sword's blade and begins to extract Bethany's soul. Lady Shiva claims Bethany isn't dead, but the motionless, dried up husk of her body says otherwise. Seriously, it's like something you would see in one of the Frank Miller Batman stories. Yes, and factoring in the ones he wrote after he went nuts and pretty much became a parody of himself. Dark Knight Returns is still a good story, though. Yet Lady Shiva will not do the same Silver Monkey scene, she still needs him. She then turns her attention to Batman like a task and Silver Monkey is subdued to her biggest adversaries. Batman then says she hasn't fired in a rocket. Then Alfred fires a rocket through the window of the club. I think this may be one of my favorite versions of Alfred in a long time, given how they're handling his more active role. Batman then frees himself from Katana, and leaves Sheba then sends one ninjas after them. Katana then picks up one and drops one into face off against the ninjas. This is a very well-made fight scene. It's clever all the money went into this animation to make it look good. Jackson has also empowered its predecessor, Green Lantern animated series. Given the ratings doing well for this one, I'd be open if they use the animation of a new Superman TV show. Batman and Katana then go after Lee Sheba, but she is upon them. Still, Batman and Katana are able to land one blow each, and Lee Sheba is pleased at the idea of challenging them again when she slipped away. Group urges distracts Batman and Katana, Lee Sheba gets away in a helicopter. Batman and Katana then speed away in the Batmobile. Driving, it follows me, it had to be one of my nuclear waste into someone in the Batcave. Batman's impressed with Katana's performance, but Katana's not pleased with Batman's execution. Then, Batman takes off his mask and reveals himself as Bruce Tatsu. With this, Batman and Katana are now officially partners. This may be my favorite episode of the show yet. It is the first big step in establishing a unique Batman adaptation. It's building up with the lesser-known villains of the cycle is in this one known as Robin. In order to help ease the fact that it's yet another Batman central show, not counting ones where he's in an ensemble with the Justice League, quite a bit of effort is put in to make sure it makes the most of the material. While it's a high-quality show when the time when the action contains an endangered species, news of sorts, I see this will show it worth investing time and money in. This would be where the Batman flows with Uncle Grandpa and Roswell like equally whether and die. Hey, what you get in the areas depends on what you choose to be invested in. Final rating 4 stars to 4. I tend to continue to be aware of the Batman Teen Titans Go reviews and I've gotten good feedback and I enjoy doing them. It's become clear that a satisfactory replacement of Green Lantern and Justice, at least from my time money. See you later.